Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love, and today we're gonna be making these honey and oat keto granola bars. I know, oh my God, I'm so excited. These are absolutely delicious. They're nice and crispy on the outside. They have a beautiful chew that you guys are gonna be so obsessed with. All right guys, so before we get started on our homemade granola recipe, I wanna give Element a big thank you for sponsoring this part of the video. Element is an electrolyte supplement. You can have this after a workout, if you're living a low carb ketogenic lifestyle, or even just to hydrate. And the founders of Element formulated this supplement to support your electrolyte intake. So I tried the mango chili, amazing. But because we're doing granola, I'm gonna roll with chocolate flavor, chocolate salt. I feel like I'm curious to know what this would taste like. So let's get right into it. But this is, so just so you know, so it's no sugar, no gluten, no dodgy ingredients, vegan, keto, and paleo friendly. It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, 60 milligrams of magnesium. So guys, this is a real deal here. And oh, and by the way, I just read on here, you can have the chocolate hot or cold. I'm seriously so curious about this. Let's go. Here, let me show you so you can. Let's give it a try. Blind taste test for the chocolate salt. Okay, let's go. Okay, it tastes like chocolate, like a chocolate. I don't want to say chocolate milk because it doesn't have the creaminess to it, but this tastes like chocolate milk. I'm gonna leave it linked in the description below. Check them out. These are absolutely delicious. These really do have everything your body needs to replenish your electrolytes. So yeah, I'm really, honestly, they took me by surprise. Element, you guys nailed it. I am super happy with my boxes. But I'm gonna leave it linked down below. Check them out. And now let's move on to our granola and get started. What we're gonna do first is chop up our nuts. So we have some raw almonds, which we're going to have to roast. We are gonna toast them because we're gonna make it stovetop easy, make it easy. So we are going to chop our almonds. Yeah, you can, if you really wanted to, you could throw it through like a food processor, but you just have more control over, you know, you don't want it to turn into powder because then you'll end up with almond flour. And if you keep going, you'll end up with almond butter. So this way you just have control over, you know, over what you're doing. So we're gonna have a little bit of everything. And that's the reason why I like to chop, is because in the food processor, you're gonna get all one size. And I want some pieces to stay a little chunkier and then other pieces to be a little finer. So take a look at this size. As you can tell, we have all different shapes and sizes here. So let's go ahead and move this aside. Okay, so we're gonna throw this straight into our little pan. Now we're gonna do some pecans, okay? So give that a rough chop. And once we're all done, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to roast your own nuts. All right guys, so we've chopped up our nuts. This is what it's looking like, beautiful. Now we are going to roast them. Our nuts and our coconut's done. We ended up toasting this for about 3 minutes. And now we're gonna put it into a bowl where we're gonna let it cool. Just let it set aside and cool while we finish the rest. So this is what it looks like. Nice and toasty. You'll know when your nuts are done roasting because, or when they're ready, because they're nice and fragrant. You can literally smell them. So yeah, this smells delicious. It has toasted coconut. I love toasted coconut. So coconut, almonds, and your pecans. Boom. All right, guys, so we're setting that aside. Now we have our white chocolate chips, and these are by Chalk Zero. I will link them down in the description below. These are no sugar added. I do have a discount code, which is Low Carb Love. These are absolutely delicious. I love to travel with these and obviously incorporate them into our recipes. So we're going to melt that. So we're gonna use a little bit of coconut butter. Now, I don't know if you guys know the difference between coconut oil or butter. I have a big jar here. I got this at Costco. It's called coconut manna, and it is actual pureed coconut. This is the one that I picked up at Costco, and yeah, it's the bomb. So anyway, we are going to melt both of these and then we will be right back. We melted our white chocolate, we melted our coconut manna, and now what we're gonna do is we are going to crack our little egg into our bowl, okay? And we are going to mix in our sweetener. Okay, so just toss in your sweetener, and let's go ahead and give that a good little mix. Okay. Okay, so we whisk that together. Now we have our coconut manna, which is just our coconut butter. So here we have our white chocolate that's nice and melted. Okay, let's dump this in too. So here we have almond butter, but you can use peanut butter, you can use sunflower seed, whatever you have and you use, that's what you will use for this, okay? We're using almond, so let's just toss that in. We have our vanilla extract or flavor. You can use whatever you have on hand. And this is the maple syrup by Chalk Zero, which is no sugar added. Nice and thick. That's what I love about these syrups. Before we mix it together, we gotta have that balance. So let's do the salt. Okay, so now we're gonna combine all of our ingredients. And you want to make sure that everything is well incorporated. Okay guys, so let me show you our secret ingredient. This is going to be our oat, okay? So these are called hemp hearts. I don't know if you've already cooked with them before. I do have a recipe for oatmeal that uses these hemp hearts, and this is what it looks like. What this does, or what it's going to do for this recipe specifically, it's going to add the chew that you usually would get from oats. Okay, now they don't have a strong flavor. They're like a little superfood, okay? They're full of protein, they're healthy fats. So this here is gonna serve as our oat. So we're just going to pour that right in. Okay, give that a good little mix. All right guys, so now that our nuts are all tossed together, we are going to add our mixture. So look at that. Oh gosh. This is all the delicious flavors. I can't even right now. All right, so now what we're gonna do is give this a good mix. Oh my gosh. Now we've mixed it all together. So we have an 8x8 baking dish. We're gonna line it with some parchment, and we're gonna use our little avocado like glue, remember? Or a little oil, or a little spray. It doesn't have to be avocado, whatever you have. See, and then it just doesn't move. I'm gonna spray it again, just lightly. Okay, and now we're just gonna pour the, well, place this right in here. I'm gonna use my little bean masher to just kind of make it a little neater. You just wanna do it gently, not too much force. Don't use too much force here. And it's gonna look something like this. So we're gonna bake our bars at 350 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. All right guys, so obviously our granola has been cooling for about 20 to 30 minutes because it is, you know, I'm able to touch it. So we're gonna place this on our little cutting board and we are gonna cut our bars. All right guys, so now for my favorite part of this entire video, we are going to do the taste test. I always like the edges. The edges are always my favorite because they have that, like, I always feel like they have that crunch, more of a crunch, but let's go. Oh my God. Wow. Look at the texture. Honestly, not just because this is my recipe, but this is the best granola bar that I have tried. The store-bought granola bars always have something I don't like. Something, whether it's like, oh, you can taste the cooling effect. Oh, it's a little too hard. Oh, this is too soft. It doesn't even remind me of granola. This is the perfect mixture. It almost has like the honey cluster, but like the chew from a honey cluster, but then you have like the crunchiness from the nuts. Let me show you the texture. I'm gonna ruin one of these for you so that you can really take a look at this inside. Look at. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So there you have it. You have the best granola recipe, homemade. This is also a fun recipe that you can make with kiddos, you know, put them around, have them make their own like individual little granola bars. Then you know that they're having a treat that's delicious, it's healthy for them, and it's low in sugar. So they're not gonna get all hyper and stuff. And you're not gonna get all hyper, and your insulin's not gonna shoot through the roof. So this is one of those recipes you have to try. I'm gonna leave the recipe in the description below for you. It's gonna take you to lowcarblove.com, which is gonna be a printable recipe. You're also going to find exclusive recipes on there that I don't share anywhere else on the internet, so make sure you check that out. And if you still want a little more of me, follow me on Instagram and on TikTok, where I share more recipe ideas and then just a glimpse into my everyday life. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this video. You guys are gonna love this. I cannot wait for you guys to come back. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Did you love it? Did you add anything else to it? Did you make any tweaks? I love going through the comments and just seeing your feedback on all my recipes. But you guys are gonna love this, and I can't wait to hear from you. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next video. Mwah.